Hello, y'all. Happy Tuesday. And also happy new moon. How y'all doing? So I wanted to come and talk about Santa Muerte and her power. They think she playing. I think that a lot of men think that because Santa Muerte is a woman that she has no power. I gotta tell you, she is warning people. There's a lot of people that do things that they believe is not that big of a deal. And, that's a part of the issue that a lot of us have with the church and with religion. This whole forgiveness thing. I don't mind forgiving a person for doing something small, but some of these people out here doing things that are unforgivable. There are a lot of things that are unforgivable. There are a lot of ruthless people who will do things to people. They will do things to people without giving it a second thought. And she's saying that you better start thinking. For some people, they done did so much ruthless stuff. I was meditating with her this morning, and she said it's some people that's ready to get up out of here. She did. She said, the things that she has seen people do, she's sick of it. Now, this it's a lot of atrocities that go on in this world. It really is. When I think about some of the things that happen to people, oh God, I was looking at these videos the other day, and they were talking about the sex trafficking industry and how there are people, criminals that go around kidnapping women and young girls and kids. So, some of the stuff that I've experienced, I can't complain necessarily because it just really breaks my heart when I think about how disgusting people are in this world. But I think that in order for these deities to assist you, you have to call to them. You can't expect Santa Muerta's help if you calling on Jesus. She's not going to show up. When you're praying to Jesus, Santa Muerta is not going to show up. And let's face it, they give us Jesus and that's it. That's who we are taught to call upon, and she wants more people to call her name for help. And she's such a beautiful deity. I love her so much. I like I said, from the time I woke up this morning, I've been talking to her and giving her her offerings and such today. And she is just like, I cannot believe how far people are willing to go to hurt somebody. She said it's like these people, a lot of them have, like, they just have no understanding. They just don't care, have no standards of their behavior. And they'll do anything to hurt people. They'll do anything to bring people down, all these plots and schemes. But yesterday, y'all know I've been talking about my mother's estate money, right? One of them stepped down. So yes, that was good news. One of them stepped down. One of them, not all of them, but one of them stepped down. You know, it's gonna be some change that's gonna happen, and it's like I said. Even though, do I feel that Santa Muerte is connected to like the tarot or whatever? I think that she's had some input. Y'all know that the death card is a symbol, is her symbol of change, and it's connected to Pluto. So right now Pluto is in retrograde. This stuff is about to intensify in July and August, and y'all are going to see a lot of bad, ruthless people go near death. These people are going to have experiences that they are overdue to having. That, from what she's been telling me, is taking your life for granted. Anybody that decides to do some of the things that I have seen these people do, you just taking your life for granted. You have no idea how quickly it can be taken from you. And then she has a real problem. Like, we got a lot of misogyny going on, y'all. Hey, Super Queen, hello. We got a lot of misogyny going on, and not just by men, by it, but it's being predicated upon. It's being put out there by women. It's a lot of women that hate other women, right? But and they trail behind these men. As a woman, I am so happy, and no, I do not take my rights for granted. There is no way I could ever follow behind or run behind or even connect myself with a male who shows nothing but hatred for women. That, like, that's that should be a no-brainer. And she's suggesting that if you have done that, that it is not love, that that man is not capable of love, and that you're fooling yourself, and that you need to unbind yourself from a man like that. Now, if it's a good man, a man that ain't showing no hatred for women, a man that ain't stalking a woman, a man that ain't lying on a woman, slandering a woman, then, hey, but unbind yourself, untie yourself from these types of men, because she's coming. And you know what? A lot of people think that Santa Muerta is alone. Like, they think, yeah, I was gonna talk about that, Super Queen B. The voice cloning has been out since last year. I believe it came out at the beginning of the year last year, and people have been using that. And you think it's harmless? A lot of these people think it's harmless because they feel like, well, shoot, I got to do what I got to do. You can't frame and lie on somebody else. You can't do that. I've had it done to me. I didn't even realize it last year that my voice was cloned, and that a statement that I had made about a person had been altered using voice cloning technology. Gang stalkers that are running around here doing the fool. I don't either. I don't either. And you know what? Yesterday, I received a bunch of notifications from Venmo, and normally they are doing so much scheming and scamming out there. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. A lot of y'all are looking at the world. She wants people to have faith. First of all, she wants people that have been attacked by these people, because They try to act like they're so smart and clever, right? These people have they have limited time because um and I believe it's going to start going down this summer. It's a lot of corrupt people that are going down, that are going down. Seriously, because they are doing anything. They don't care what they have to do. They don't care what they have to do, but you have to care. You have to have some kind of standards. And then people are, kind of just using other people for their purpose. I was saying about some of these people, um, and it is shadow work needed for those people, because basically what they do, it doesn't even matter what you say. If you notice that a person, like if somebody asks me a question or raises a point with me, I'm going to address it. A lot of these people, they just operate, they just go, they're almost like on autopilot, and it's like those people are not even there. It's like it's not even a mind. It's not even a spirit in those people. You can't allow your body to be used as a vessel. And then some of these people are just straight up lying because they think that they're taking vengeance. Vengeance has nothing to do with you lying on people. That's another thing. That's another thing. Vengeance is very real. Santa Muerte, that is her specialty. And she's saying she ain't never lied on nobody to get vengeance. Because if you're truly taking vengeance, you don't have to lie. These people think that while they're doing their vengeance, vengeance is pure and it's not petty. It's a lot of people, oh, I want vengeance on this person because you can't walk into Divine Services Apothecary with no bull crap. You got to have a reason to want to take vengeance out on a person. These people are taking out vengeance on people that are not responsible for their pain. And I can understand why some people would go through pain. I totally understand. Like, there are things that right now I know are not going to happen to me and that I'm not going to have to face. But when I imagine how angry I would be. And so there's a lot of people that are very angry, more than likely because they went through loss. That's the biggest precursor is people that have lost somebody that they love, and they're just like out here taking vengeance on the world. And you know what? There are people, obviously, and I don't even talk about it. I just did another protection lantern for my family last night. So I don't even think about stuff like that. I don't i don't think about stuff like that, but I can understand because I am an empath. I can understand grieving. I can understand losing somebody that you love, or losing yourself, or losing something. But you know what, a lot of these people, you need to go and find peace. You need to stop avoiding. That's the whole point of us doing the mediumship readings. When you lose a loved one and you need help, you want to make contact with that person. Now, the church is telling people that it's just the devil, right? The church is going to say, oh, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. When you speak to a medium about your family, that experience is supposed to be healing. When we do seances, any type of mediumship reading that I do, I typically will have a white candle going, sometimes a black candle or a tea light. You know, that is how you deal with that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. You know, so I can understand how somebody would go completely rogue and just go out here and basically not rogue, postal. I see why a person goes postal, right? And they just out here attacking, just out here attacking people. I've had that done to me. People that are in pain, just attacking me, wanting to blame me for their issues, wanting to, do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And and these are and some of these people are bad people. They're just bad people. Bad people have not, like if you, there are some instances to where if you come into a person's life and you're meant to cause like death, destruction, pain, loss to that person, spirit will hit your ass, right? Especially if people got their ancestors and their spirits. So you can't just expect people to allow you to do harm to them. So there's a lot of people, they remind me of Stewart, not Stewie, Stewart. Just let me do it. Just let me do it. You can't just do it. You can't just do it. It's a lot of people out there. They are walking in their pain. They are suffering, and they want to see other people suffer. They do. They want to see other people suffer. A lot of it is misplaced anger. You got to understand that people do not have to do that. When you get an empath like myself or a medium that is willing to help people, because that's what I do for a living, I'm doing that out the kindness of my own heart and for a living. I don't have to take other people's pain. I don't. Now, there are certain spirits that I work with who they don't produce the pain, but they do feed off of it, right? Some of my darker spirits, but those are healing spirits. If somebody is taking your pain, right? If like for example, if a person is just in a lot of pain and I decided to call to let's just say let me think of a, I'd have to go through my book. But one of my spirits literally eats people's pain, right? And you say, please take my pain from me, right? That's a good thing for somebody to take your pain. But for you to just throw stuff at people, all that bad heart chakra energy, to the point where like you making people feel uncomfortable. And I had somebody do that to me last night, and it made me feel very, very uncomfortable. It did. Whereas prior to that, I felt good, and this person's energy was just like, ugh. I should, and that's why immediately, my spirits took that away from me. They was like, They was like, what is this person doing? And Spirit told me to do a transmutation ward yesterday, and I believe that I do need to do one, but I believe that there is certain energies that can't be transmuted. I do. I think sometimes you, or either it would take too long, you know what I'm saying? I work with Hyagenti, who is a spirit of transmutation, specifically transmuting energy, transmuting negative energy to positive or either vice versa. And so I get it, but it's too much. It's oversaturated. It's overly saturated. It really is. Like The oversaturation is so bad that myself as a witch, as a psychic, as a medium, I had to start like I had people coming to me every single day trying to invade my energy, trying, I keep a connection with the cosmos, with the most high. I keep a connection. That's the most high, the sun, the moon, the stars, the galaxies, right? And so as I'm trying to harness my energy, healing and everything from the most high, I had people trying to come in, like the various people trying to come in, and my spirits, they had to really take a very hostile and adversarial approach to that. It was so bad to the point where I suffered from the loss of both of my parents. When you're suffering from any kind of loss like that, healing energy is being created and produced. People were trying to invade. I barely could even mourn my father's passing. That's how ridiculous it is. And it's every single day. It's every single day. And a lot of people, they don't have any faith. They don't really believe. I'm telling y'all right now that it is going to intensify between July and August. It is going to be a lot of people that are doing things that they probably don't know that they shouldn't be doing it, but something going to have to happen. That's the one thing about myself. When I wake up in the morning, I tell myself I'm going to be a blessing to this world, not a curse. So can't any, if somebody does something to me, I'm going to address it. But can't no evil spirit just come into me and use me as a vessel to hurt other people. And I've noticed that a lot of people on this earth, they don't have any awareness of what they're doing. They don't have any consciousness, or they're not consciously aware of what they are doing. They're not. That's why they do the stuff that they do. And you can't just be like that. They say that knowledge and all of that, and psychic awareness is the devil. Well, you know what? I like the devil because maybe you need to wake up. They want to be blind. They want to walk blindly. If y'all catch my drift. And if you notice, a lot of the people that are doing the most harm to other people, they are running to their Bible, quoting Bible quotes. What they got to do with what you did? You ain't apologized. You ain't paid no retribution. You ain't gave no reciprocity for what you did. And a lot of them think they can just do what they want to do to people and go run to the Bible. In Santa Muerte, it started now. And it's going to get worse going towards July, August. And people are going to find out that the fat meat is greasy. Especially with these people running around here telling lies on people, especially sexual lies on people, committing sexual lies. I'm sorry, committing sex crimes against people while at the same time saying no, you did it to somebody else. That's another thing. And you can tell that these gang stalkers, a lot of them gonna start dying off. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, boy, y'all thought that y'all had a good bead on things. These gang stalkers, honey. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nah, you didn't. Because and they were gang stalking the witches big time, doing smear campaigns on us. And they even went as far as to use voice cloning technology to frame us. These people, they better figure it out, because justice is coming. And I work with Santa Muerte on my court cases too. Uh-huh. She's amazing, phenomenal with court cases. These people out here doing, and then you know what? I'm gonna tell you another problem. What these people do is they do things and they just go away quietly and they never come back or and acknowledge what they've done. They just come out in social media, they lie, they fraud, they lie in the community about people, and then they just think you just gonna walk away. They think they just gonna walk away and just be quiet, not say nothing, and pretend that it never happened. And I don't know why they don't pay attention, because Pluto in retrograde is worse than Mercury in retrograde. Pluto is going to be in retrograde until October. It's going to get real intense July, August for these people that are lying and frauding. Not going to be good. Now you may be able to get away with some stuff if you don't convince somebody to be forgiving and go to religion. That's why they always talking about go to Jesus. But it's a lot of people that's not going to do that, and they are okay to not do that, because what we figured out is what, that we won't survive. We won't have anything. We'll be poor. We'll be destitute. Ain't nobody about to be destitute for somebody else's purpose. So I don't know what to tell a lot of these people. And you know what they gonna do? They gonna blame it on the witches. When stuff happened to them, they gonna say, "Oh, them witches is evil." Don't, but y'all better pay attention to some of these people. I'm real careful about people that have a tendency to play victim all the time. I'm very careful about that. People that play victim in a sense to where, like, they're doing stuff and they'll say, "Oh no, you're doing that to me." You know, I decided to stay away from people like that, because those people are not lucid. It's like it's a spirit using those people. It's very strange how these people operate. Okay, you can't just be out here doing anything. And I think a lot of people have learned their lesson. So, and it's going to get intensified. It's going to intensify itself. And then also, especially just on the side note, out here in the spiritual community, you're right, Super Queen B. Yep. But especially out here in the spiritual community, it's a lot. It's the foulness. It's a lot of good in the spiritual community. Yes, it's a lot of good happening out here. But these people out here that are faking and defrauding, and they done already started up, it ain't gonna fly. It's not. Now, of course, the work has to be done. You know what I'm saying? The work has to be done. I think that there are people that these people are going to be able to get over on. But people that are doing the work, people that are doing the leg work and the footwork, you not going to be able to get over on those people. Because there's a lot of people out here stealing, thieving. They done started energy harvesting again. Why in the world do y'all keep doing that stupid vampirism magic? That's not magic. If you're doing it in a sense of reclaiming your power, that's different. That's very different. Okay. And it's not real healing. You know, that's just like people that project their problems to people. Uh, that's not real healing because those people can send that energy back to you. So you're not really fixing the situation, you're avoiding it. And the more that you avoid working that situation out, listen, as a witch, I can tell you that if it's major stuff going on in a person's life, I assist them with transmuting that energy, because transmutation, which means turning a negative situation into a positive, you know, it can be difficult. It can be more difficult for some people. Some people do it very easily. Some people are trained to do it. Like myself, I know how to transmute something, right? And transform it. Um, but you know, everybody is meant to, at the end of the day, they are meant to transmute their own energy. Nobody can be out here projecting their crap to other people. It ain't gonna fly in the grand scheme of things. It's not. And people think that they can avoid stuff and delay stuff and keep delaying and delaying stuff. Oh, I don't want to deal with that right now. Oh, I don't want to deal with that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like last night, I could sense that it was a whole like, I swear to y'all, I got to tell this story because somebody was sending me a bunch of negative energy last night. Somebody with mommy issues was sending me bad energy last night. When I sense bad energy, I am sensing and seeing things in advance and then getting rid of that energy prior to it even touching me and my family. People, instead of them dealing with and being truthful and honest about the painful experiences that they have had, they are looking for scapegoats out there. As a witch that heals people, I'm not anybody's scapegoat. What I do is I help you heal. There is a such thing as healing a wound. Like if you were to cut yourself, your body is going to start healing already. You know, some people heal faster than others. You know, as your skin is coming back together, as that muscle is healing. Now, some of y'all, if you cut yourself, you're going to need stitches, right? You have to go to the doctor and have them stitch all that back together, your muscle or whatever, arteries or whatever. They got to do something about that. But let's say you have some kind of wound on you. There's a process that your body has to go through to heal that wound, and it's the same thing as emotional scars and emotional wounds. It's the same thing. If your mother or your father created wounds for you, you gonna have to deal with that. You cannot just say, "Oh, she reminds me or he reminds me of my father," and I'm gonna throw all the negative energies and the toxic energy that was produced and predicated by my mother right, on this person, and that's just how I'm going to deal with that situation. That ain't how it works. And people have been doing that for the longest, and that's not real healing. Take it from me. I'm a professional healer. I heal people professionally. If you're going to heal yourself, you are, well, I mean, I'm guessing that there's a lot of people that have been able to do that. A lot of people suffering, a lot of people that have been going through dealing with memories and painful memories. Perhaps they have been doing that for quite some time, but you're gonna have to switch it up. You're gonna have to switch it up. Yeah, that ain't gonna work no more. People are not dealing with that. There are some people that, yeah, they would. And then there are some people that are vulnerable, like little children, animals, elderly people, people that are like autistic. Those people don't know no better. But if you're dealing with somebody that knows better, and it's a lot of people that do know better. And then there's also people that are not as vulnerable as you think that they are. That is what they are doing. I want y'all to look at this story. Her name is it's a I'm gonna give y'all this as an example. That there's this lady, and I believe she died in prison. It's the story of Sugar Babe. And she grew up with a physically and sexually abusive father. Okay, to the point where it was like if you hear the story, it's crazy. So this lady had like a bunch of kids, right? And she lived on the shady part of town, right? And so this girl, they ended up, her one of her sons ended up dating this young lady, and this young lady had like developmental problems, like she just kind of was, wasn't all the way there mentally. And this lady, she wanted grandkids. She couldn't have kids anymore, so she wanted grandchildren. So her son hooked up with this girl, this sweet, she's a very sweet person. And do y'all know that they had that girl up in their house? After a while, they started beating her up. They started abusing her. Uh, that is because the mother of the household was in a lot of pain from what she had experienced as a child, and she took it all out on this young girl with her grandchild there witnessing everything. Eventually, these people went so crazy that they took this young lady and her family tried to help her. Her family tried to help her get away from them people. She did. And they took her over by the train tracks. Hold on. They took her over by the train tracks and just stabbed her to death and left her to bleed to death on the train tracks. Misplaced anger. I know that that seems kind of, like a far-fetched story, but that's exactly what that was. People that are coming from, dysfunctional families, to where they've had stuff happen to them, they're looking for somebody to put that energy off on. And you can't do that because that didn't do nothing to stop the pain that they were going through. You have to go inside of yourself and transmute that energy. I don't know what is wrong with people these days. Hey, one EQ, you can't just do that. And it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that are doing things like that. And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? And that's not real healing. I don't suggest anybody to do that. I've been saying for the longest time, if it's anything that you need to heal from, that you suffering from, you have to realize that that is self-healing. You can't drink the blood of somebody else and think that you're going to heal. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It just creates a codependency. So, for example, last night when I was being attacked by somebody that clearly has mommy issues, clearly. And mainly a lot of that stuff is being taken out on women and children. All that hatred being thrown at me, and I'm not the one that's responsible for that person's pain. To the point where this person goes around the internet judging me every day, showing their hatred towards me every single day because of something that her mama did to her that don't have nothing to do with me. Every day. I mean, we're protected. She can't do nothing, but it's just the point, why should I have to suffer because of what your mother did? Why should I have to be casted out of society? But it's a lot of people that believe in like human sacrifice like that. And it's like, well, hun, I don't know what to tell you. Got to get it together. Okay, got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. Got to, and then this person who I could see her whole life story try to tell me that she counsels people. I don't think so. I don't think so. You can't even handle your own pain. You can't even listen. If you can't heal yourself, you can't heal other people. And some people went through extensive amount of trauma, right? To where like they need a lot of deep healing, right? They need a lot of deep healing, clearly. Okay. Especially some of the gang stalkers. A lot of the gang stalkers that I deal with, they are in a lot of pain. And the way that they show that pain is by constantly talking bad stuff on me, constantly lying on me, constantly attacking me, my children, every day. And it ain't did nothing for them. It's done nothing for them. It's been going on for 10 years. They have no sense of time. They have no idea that 10 years have went by. You know what I'm saying? And I live my life. Last night because I felt that energy coming towards me. I felt it coming towards me, and it was real, like felt like that felt like a I don't want to say heart attack. I just want to say that it felt real tight and like a real crushing, feeling. It was like really bad. I said, "Oh God, let me get rid of that energy." Oh, and got rid of it real fast, and was chilling and relaxing the rest of the night. So, this person probably more than likely has been trying to send me that energy the last 90 days. They gonna have to get that back. You can't try to transfer your pain and suffering and the guilty sin of others onto another innocent person. I don't have to deal with that negative emotion. Now, when it comes to my clients, depending on what my clients are dealing with, they're coming to me for help. That's different. I'm not the client scapegoat. That's another thing. We're not. That's not what we do, right? As a professional, I know how to protect myself from negative energy, obviously, right? Obviously. But a lot of these people that you see harassing me, a lot of them, it's because they suffering. They done been through some pain. And instead of them processing that pain, they're trying to take it out on Jamila. If they got molested as a child, Jamila molested somebody. I didn't molest somebody. Your uncle or your mama did that. I ain't did nothing. I don't have nothing to do with that. So that they can come out here or in the world and pretend that their lives is perfect. See, I'm too real for that. If your parent or your uncle did something to you as a child, they gonna go through the consequences for that. Not an innocent person, not nobody under my watch. And that's exactly what these people are doing because they don't want to speak bad on their family name. You know what I'm saying? They want to appear to be perfect. Uh no. Yeah, no, hun. Not gonna fly. Not gonna fly. And it's a lot of people out here doing that because they don't want to keep it real. If their mother was abusive to them as a child, they come to social media. Oh, I think that you abusing your kid, huh? Because they're having memories of their own abuse, and they're traumatized. It's a shame, but it's okay because listen, Santa Muerte doesn't let nothing touch my kids. In fact, she kept me up until 2 a.m. last night getting some work done for to add an extra layer of protection to my children, right? Because these people are even more ruthless. I'm gonna tell y'all what I experienced. Now, I gave birth to all four of my babies that I gave birth to with just nothing but love. Nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? I love being a mother. I've had four children. My oldest child is 23 right now. My children are stair steps. So right now, my three older children are 21, 22, and 23. And then Jacob is 11, right? I couldn't wait to become a mother. It just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But the people, and they are enemies. They are unfortunate enemies. What they've been doing for over 10 years. For over 10 years, what they have been doing is projecting the pain from their childhood, their inner child, onto my children. That's how I ended up with over 60 CPS visits to my house from the gang stalkers. Gang stalkers are very mentally ill. They are. They are. Okay, I realize that. Projecting what their parents did to them onto children that have never experienced that from their mother or their father. I can just about imagine daily drama, daily or almost daily drama. If you were raised in a house where it was daily or drama every other day, and then other traumas involved to where you had a mother that just every single day She cussing out the whole household. That's that's pretty much, you're gonna have a hard time being a well balanced adult. It's gonna affect you because daily stress. Now for me, before I came to YouTube and started getting gang stalked, I had never dealt with daily stress. My mother raised me. My grandmother was always a very calm and healing person. Um, wasn't spastic and just you know what I'm saying? Like schizophrenic and all that craziness, you know what I'm saying? And my mother was very quiet. My mother was very calm all the time. So I didn't grow up like that. Yeah, there would every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I come from a family, we play cards. We get together every Thursday, Friday night, play some cards. Sometimes it be some drama. But my grandmother would quickly, like, you know, she was just sitting there transmuting a lot of that drama. As she would sit there, she would get real quiet. Prior to coming to YouTube, I have never had daily drama, daily or even weekly. Not weekly, not monthly. It's never been a part of my normal cycle of life since I've came to YouTube. It's somebody every day that came from the same person, and we all know who that is. I don't even have to say her name. It's a different person every day connected to this one person that's got some kind of drama for Jamila, some kind of hatred, visceral, and drama. And that is because that's what those people are used to. I'm not used to that. Yeah, I'm used to excitement and barbecues and drinking beer or whatever on the 4th of July on holidays or birthdays. Drama daily, no, and I'm still not used to it. I ain't gonna never become adaptable to that. I know how to protect myself from it because daily drama, that's just like, for example, I don't have daily drama for my children. For what? I talk to my children every day. I'm getting ready to move back home, which is something that I'm really excited about. Okay. But I talk to my children every single day. Nobody's yelling and screaming at each other every single day. And if you got something like that or had something like that going on in your household, probably needed to sage, probably needed to clear out your house, probably needed to cleanse out yourself. Right now, I don't have no drama for my son, my 23-year-old son. And I had somebody, it was really interesting because my son is 23. Most people are not ready to be out on their own until they about 25, 26. Uh, I have a real issue, and I don't have to agree with people that feel like, oh, you got to kick your kid out at the age of 18. See, I don't, as a mother, I'm stronger than that. I don't listen to other people. I don't allow other people to tell me how to mother my children. I ain't never been that way. That's why my children, if it was left up to other people, I would have just beat my kids all the time with a belt. So I remember when they were younger and, they'd be ripping and running throughout the house or whatever and touching stuff. And people be like, girl, you got to beat them kids. And people would get satisfied. People would be satisfied if your children were acting quote unquote bad and you beat the kids. See, I never been like that. If people started saying, "Hey, your kids is being bad, beat them," let's go home. Let's go home. I'm not gonna sit up here and beat my children for you. So I've been that type of mother that was like very protective of my children to the point where I could see how other people were and their expectations of me as a mother. And I'm not gonna sit here and beat and put welts and cuts and burns and bruises on my child to satisfy people that think that kids should be beat every day. So it's some people out there, you know what I'm saying? And I never did that. There was a couple of times that I had to, spank my children, but beat, no, no. And every day, no. See, I don't have to do what you tell me to do. And my children are not bad kids. They're not menaces to society. They're actually 21, 22, 23, and they are actually quite settled in life to the point where people try to bring drama to my children. When my daughter was having issues with her neighbor, and thank God this was last summer, I was like, what is this woman tripping off of? My daughter was like, Mama, she was like, Mama, I just want to be with my family and relax. And this lady, and I would hear this lady yelling and screaming and stomping on her floor. Needless to say, we got my daughter away from there. And you know what? This time, the time period from the time that my mother passed away up until now, I do work on my children. If I see a bad spirit on my child, I clear that stuff out. So that's why I know for a fact that my children are, they don't bother nobody. They're not gonna be the type of people that's gonna be in social media harassing and stalking people. They don't do that now. And they never will. I did that. I did that. Right? So it's a lot like I don't go along with the crowd and I don't go along with the get along. And I don't do what people expect me to do. If 9 times out of 10, if you have a lowered expectation of me, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. Okay. So, I don't do stuff like that. And so it's a lot of people that do have those unresolved issues, and coming to social media bringing drama to people every single day is not going to help that. First of all, you got generational curses, you got spirits that pop up in your family, spirits attached to your bloodline, and you need to do something about that. Instead of thinking that you're going to project or send those spirits to other people and dump off your baggage on other people. It's not going to happen. Okay. More and more people are getting hip to the game of sage and candles to protect their homes. You going to have to deal with your problems. And it is hard. Shadow work is hard. It's not easy. But you know what? If I can do it, if that person over there can do it, if another person over there can do it, you can do it. Nobody else has to suffer for the sins of you and your folk and what you got going on. Okay? And I see a lot of people doing that. And that's another thing about me is that when I'm doing readings for clients, I don't project that onto the client either. So, so it's a lot of people that's out here, thinking that they doing spiritual work for people, but they're literally just dumping their crap off on other people. Okay. They are. And you know what? If you are a person that has a tendency to project your issues and not work them issues out, you got to be able to work that stuff out. You do. And I've had it done to me, and I refuse to be. I've even had people try to tell me that I'm their human toilet, which you know what that means? I'm going to tell you what that means. That means my problems are too painful for me to deal with. So I feel like I'm just gonna dump this crap off on Jamila. And Jamila ain't gonna be your scapegoat. Uh-uh. No, you're not. That's a person that's in a lot of pain. A person that would say that another human being is their human toilet, which of course I didn't take it as I'm not insulted. I choose not to be insulted because I know that I'm not. But a person that would say, "Oh, you just my human toilet," you in a lot of pain, baby. You suffering. You suffering. Okay? You suffering, boo. You not happy. That's not a sign of a happy person that would say about another human being. That person is really bad off. Okay? You got a lot of problems that you got to work out if you are describing another human being as your human toilet, honey. No, hon, you got some issues you need to work out. Okay? And as a very intelligent person, if I, hearing somebody say that to me, I'm gonna choose not to get insulted and bent all out of shape and feeling tight and pressed about that, honey. That's your problem. You got some problems, baby, that you need to go and work out. Okay. And at that point, you're not, because a lot of people say, oh, well, this person being disrespectful. Disrespectful to who? Not to me. That person got some problems. And I've had a male do that. Mm. I've had a male do that. Tried to turn the sexual act of having sex into, y'all remember when y'all were in high school or when y'all were younger and you dealt with a man that, you may have accidentally been intimate with and you probably shouldn't have been intimate with that person, but he tried to turn the whole experience into something painful for you or into some kind of judgment for you. That's because that man was in pain. He's suffering. He's suffering from something and still ain't got over whatever pain they going through. And they want to send somebody else through pain. But in reality, if you're a person that has let go of your ego, and a lot of people still, like, I don't understand why a person wouldn't understand letting go of their ego. Like, that's pretty much a no-brainer. You dealing with a person like me, you dealing with a person that has completely let go of their ego, because I'm going with spirit, and I'm communing with spirit, constantly walking with spirit, which requires understanding. And if you're going to do a spell, you have to have understanding. You have to understand and break things down. You can't be the type of person that, because if I were the type of person that had a super inflated ego or was narcissistic, that situation could have killed me, would have stressed me out. I'm like, oh God, I already know what this person problem is. Next, let me go on, send that bad energy back and keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, let's cut that off on the head. Okay, let's cut that off at the head, right? And so that's when you get to the point where, you basically give zero fucks, and you're supposed to. You're supposed to give zero fucks about people that act stupid like that. Am I stressed out um about this person that's cloning my voice? Nope, 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 not at all. I ain't worried at all. Santa Muerte, she works fast, especially when it comes to making sure that you have your needs met. She does. And she's not a demon. Santa Muerte is not a demon per se. People got to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Saying that all the other deities are demons. I don't even call my spirits of the infernal, I don't call them demons. I call them angels. I do. At this point, I call them angels because that's exactly what they are. Because I have been falsely accused, I have been lied on by the church, by churches, so called men of the cloth, lying through their teeth. I've been there, done that. And these so-called men of the cloth thought, oh well, I win automatically because I'm a man and I'm a Christian and you a witch. I don't think so. I don't think so, honey. So that's another thing. A lot of these corrupt men thinking that you're gonna invade, pervert, destroy the establishments of the witches that are helping people, that are healing people. You about to find out. This gonna be a rough next 4 or 5 months for these folks. I'm just telling you, it's gonna be a rough thing. Hmm. I know, sis. I know it's gonna be rough for them the next 5 months. And not only that, I'm gonna print out my retrograde calendar. And I'm gonna get off of here, y'all, because I want to get some readings done for the individual signs on how Pluto's gonna affect people. Of course, it's not gonna resonate for everybody. You can't really expect to look at every single reading and it resonate for you, because it may, that message may not be for you. That's just a internet reading. Okay. That's not a private reading. This Pluto retrograde gonna be a trip. It is for a lot of people like that. The liars, the liars, the frauds. Okay. But the work's got to be done. It does. You got to do some kind of communion with them, I'm gonna tell y'all something. The next 5 months, I mean the next 5 years, the nigga that you got to look up, and so um as a witch, I'm just now finding out really what what I will admit to this, what that means when they say as above and so below. Hmm. I love that 222. I know that's right. They got these secret societies running around here, these people in these groups and all that stuff, doing all that crap they doing. They gonna have a hell of a next 5 months. That's all I gotta say. They gonna have a hell of a next 5 months. Santa Muerta's gonna give them hell. She's gonna give them hell. She's not gonna help them. Because you know what? A lot of them, and see, that's the thing. When you go and you start making promises to people, to deities like Santa Muerta, Hecate, the spirit, and the spirits of the infernal, and you lie to them or you tell them, oh, I promise I'm going to do this and I promise I'm going to do that. And you just keep breaking promises and you keep breaking promises like that. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Yeah. Those people going to have a hard time. And they must not care about themselves too much. And you know what? Some of these people running around here, they expect for you to love them more than you love yourself. That, hun, you're delusional. That's not going to ever happen. People are going to look out for self. Nobody's going to just sacrifice themselves for you or your mama, right? Or your mother or or whoever victimized you. Because a lot of them, the way I look at that is that, hell, they are protecting. A lot of people that have Stockholm syndrome will start to protect the person that hurt them. Trust me, I've been through it. And it wasn't necessarily out that I was protecting this person. No. Uh-uh. I kept it real with that person the whole time and they didn't like it. They didn't like it at all. This person, Super Queen B, that got mental illness and narcissistic personality disorder, he did not like the fact that I kept it real with him consistently. I was very consistent about keeping it real. And when I said, you know what, this ain't gonna, I gotta go, hun. I gotta go. I can't deal with you. Because you know what? What you're expecting me to do is to sacrifice myself for your mama. No, I ain't about to sacrifice myself for your mama or whoever the hell it was that hurt you. Are you crazy? Just because your mama gave you some money? Oh, please. Let's keep it all the way real, man. Let's not be fake. That's why you got to be careful getting into some of these relationships because, some of these people be trying to sacrifice you. Yeah. Oh, I was. Well, I wasn't. I don't. I play it fair. I don't play those kinds of games. You know what I'm saying? It's these real. These people. I hate to even bring up their deep trauma anymore because at this point they have just turned into the same people that hurt them. Basically, is what they've done. They've turned into the people that hurt them. They grew up with abusive parents that made all kind of accusations, constantly harassing them. I couldn't even imagine. There was a few times that my father spanked me, but for the most part I was in my room playing with my dolls. I went, you know what I'm saying, and playing with my toys, and I had a cat, and my parents was doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Some people grew up in a household to where the parent was terrorizing them, basically terrorizing and tormenting them all the time. You know, I feel bad for their inner child, but the adult that's not dealing with the inner child, I'm not going to let you hurt me. Oh, yeah, they are. Yep. Yep. That's why I was saying last night on the Witch's Broom channel, sis, that It's a lot of people that grew up and they had this awful relationship with their mother. Their mother was abusive to them, very abusive, and they come out here into the world and they project that to other people. For example, I can honestly say I've talked about my mother. I've talked about the issues that I've had with my mother, and I'm not going to deny that. However, my mother was not abusive to me. She wasn't. In fact, she was my best friend. She was a great mom when I think about it. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never not said that. After I became an adult, she did some stuff that I didn't like. But at the end of the day, my mother was, she was making her costumes, and, she would have me come in and help bead her costumes with her and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot about sewing from my mother and stuff. You know what I'm saying? She taught me how to sew. Uh, you know, some of these people, especially these women, and they got to be binded. I'm sorry, you got to be. I'm telling you straight up and down. Listen, they are out here and they are on the attack, and that's what I was talking about. If a man tried to, and I don't care what man it is, he can be the richest man, he can be the cutest man, he can even be good in bed. He can't be better than me, but he can even be good in bed. You ain't gonna touch my children. You ain't gonna do nothing to my children. Uh, and no, it's not a requirement for you to marry me. If I feel so inclined to make love to you, I'm gonna do it. And I got accused of being desperate. And through that particular energy and exchange with that person, I could see what desperate really looked like, which is a woman that's willing to let a man abuse, beat, or grape her children. That's desperate, honey. That's desperate. I swear to Goddess, ain't no man ever, not even they father, would ever be allowed to bring trauma into my household with my babies. And I ain't never let it happen. Never. And you can't take that away from me. So ain't nobody desperate over here, hon. It's a lot of these women out here that have children and they just allow anything to happen to their kids. That's desperate. It's a lot of women that will throw their kids under the bus for their friends. Just to have friends. I done had these kids and now I'm tired of being a mama. And I feel like y'all making me old or y'all stealing my beauty. What? Y'all, you kids is doing something to me. And I want to go over here with my friends and pretend to be a child again. See, I don't have them kind of problems. I don't understand that. It's crazy. And it's a lot of them out here and they on the attack. Sitting up here trying to judge me. You can't judge me, honey. You ain't got you don't have the authority to judge me. Trying to say I'm desperate. Like, nah, honey, I can see your mama and what she did. Your mama was desperate. Please don't leave me. Please, you can have the kids. You can beat my kids if you want. What? Or some of these women had an abusive man in the home, and she told him to beat the kids instead of beating on her. I'm gonna tell y'all something. A lot of these women are not in their divinity. They are not divine feminines. They not. I don't give a damn about a man. I'll be celibate the rest of my damn life. Fuck a man. Fuck a man. I ain't about to have any old man all around my children acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? Just to have a man. Mm-mm. Don't come up in here with all that. And the assumption that women are weaker, even physically, than men is just an assumption because you'd be surprised. I was looking at this story, like it was about several years ago, about this woman. Somehow, I don't know how this car got on top of this woman's baby, but it was a woman, and I think she may have been in America. I don't know what country she was in. I can't remember exactly. But this woman, little bitty small woman too, lifted an entire car off of her baby. You'd be surprised at the strength of a mother. Hell, I like having a man in my life. I love to make love to men. But at the cost of my children, you got to get the hell up out of my face. And a man that expects you to throw your children under the bus for him, he's sick. He got some kind of mental problem. He got some kind of mental problem. Okay. Because you know what? Honestly, I was looking at this one story and I was suspicious of the husband, to be honest with you. And I think this lady, as a person that knows a lot about manifestation, and you see these dumb people out here losing their jobs and then murdering their whole family or murdering their children. Oh, you kids are a burden. You know, I'm mad at you kids because y'all they'll be saying that to their kids. They mad at the kids because the kids took up a lot of their money and now they done lost their job and they don't have no money, and so they looking at the kids like it's their fault. I can't deal with a man that's too burdened. You got to be able to do this shit easy. That's a red flag for me. You can't easily go out of like you don't see and a lot of these men be struggling. They really be struggling. Oh God, manifesting $50 is a struggle for them. Ooh, it's such a they be so burdened. Got a damn headache. What the hell is wrong with you? You can't breeze through the day. I can't be with no man like that. Mm-mm. I don't like that shit. And yeah, the woman should, rub a man's feet or whatever when he get off of work or whatever. He done had a stressful day, cleanse him and stuff, cook his dinner. You know what I'm saying? I'm into that. But, if he just, oh God, you pregnant again, you ain't took your birth control pills. I don't want no more kids. These kids is too expensive. You a burden. Maybe I ought to go and be gay and I ain't got to worry about it if I'm I do this easy, baby. A lot of these people run around here trying to manifest. Why they make it so hard? They make it so hard. That's what I'm talking about. Like manifestation is easy. It's these people that make it hard. Okay. This Thursday, I'm gonna be making some Santa Muerte money oil, baby. This a powerful Pluto retrograde right here. I don't understand it. That these people be running around here burden. That's why they be out here robbing people. They just can't figure it out. That's just like some of my so-called competitors, which they're no competition for me. They want to be me. They want to take what I got. They want to get what I get. So what they do is they spread a rumor or a smear campaign about me. Wow, it's that difficult for you? You couldn't just come out here and do what you do. Them people struggling, and they're insecure and self-conscious. They have to degrade you and go, look, I drew a picture. Like, really? Like, ain't nobody interested in your picture? That your picture is cursed, baby. they be like, Jamila is crap and she's a toilet bowl or some shit. Like, really? No, I'm pretty sure I'm a woman. Pretty sure you saw me, honey. I'm not. They won't turn me into an inanimate object. I gotta turn into an inanimate object, and so that they can go look at my talent. Like, girl, bye. Boy, bye. You scared. They scared out here, y'all. They real scary. They can't just come out here and be like, and tap dance or whatever they gonna do. They gotta downgrade somebody. And then usually they get stuck with downgrading somebody or trying to downgrade somebody. People that's doing that, they gotta degrade you. Uh-uh. I don't work and operate that way. Mm-mm. Everything I was born with is my own. I was born, they say God bless a child that has his own. That's me. That's me. I was born with it, honey. So I ain't never had to have no drama with nobody out here on these streets. And then they said, well, dang, we can see that she doing it big. Let's flag her channel. Oh, okay. Okay, but I'm still gonna manifest though. See what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, this week I'm making some easy money oil, some easy life oil with Santa Muerte. Okay. And see, they do things hard. They out here incriminating themselves, and they gonna have so much karma that they ain't gonna have another lifetime. It's just like, really, like, cause you're not gonna be given another chance. I'm telling y'all, when we reincarnate in the next lifetime, it's gonna be utopia. These folk that's running around here, oh, I gotta make it hard. Yeah, and you did something and you was doing something. It's like, but you're my competition. Yeah, I'm competing with you. And some of them out here, they threaten to kill your kids. Like, really? You so weak, and it's such a burden on you that you gotta threaten my children. You ain't no competition for me, baby. You not. Because did I have to threaten your children? No, I ain't had to threaten nobody. I just did a reading and people contacted me. That's all I did. I didn't have to go through all that. And some of them that got it together, they can't do nothing but give me the honor and the respect for it, because I've been talking about it for years. Like, what? Like whenever I see them doing that, they be desperate as hell, and then they'll be like, "We working with Santa Martha, you ain't okay. Okay, let's say this. Let's say you an entrepreneur, right? You a business owner, right? And you got a bill that's due or something, or you got a debt that's paid that need to be paid at a certain time. You can tell when they desperate for cash, because the rumors about a certain person has to start, especially me. Oh, damn, I need $500 real quick. Let me spread a rumor about Jamila and maybe somebody will look at me. But you work with Santa Muerte. I don't think so. Because when you go to Santa Muerte and you need something, she gonna pull through for you. You ain't gotta go out there and lie on somebody else. What the hell? Like, I ain't never seen. So that ain't Santa Muerte, honey. Listen, if I need anything, let me show y'all something. I got Santa Muerte sitting right in front of me. I'm getting ready to pull out her big altar. Listen, baby. If I need Santa Muerte for anything, she's gonna deliver. And I ain't got to lie on nobody. That ain't how she work. Santa Muerte, I pray of thee to make this happen, and she gonna make it happen. Santa Muerte, I got a man that's trying to take me through another negative cycle. Break it. Santa Muerte. She on point. And really, to be honest with you, I don't even have to acknowledge it. But I do for some of the people that have trouble hearing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping it real. And ain't nobody got to lie on nobody. Okay, so this how we gonna manifest. It starts with a rumor about Jamila. What? I'll be like, what the hell is wrong with these people? And she worked fast too. She worked fast. I'm talking about within an hour. I'm talking about within an hour. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm-mm. So yeah, y'all know I'm doing that devotional to her. And I got my room halfway cleaned up, but then I had a lot of stuff to do yesterday, y'all. I ended up having a lot of stuff to do. Some stuff came up that I had to take care of. So I'm gonna get that finished. In fact, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. And yeah, I got I got a 18 pack of eggs down there. Thank you to Santa Martha. And I got some muffins. I'm gonna go down here and make me some muffins and eat that for breakfast or whatever. I had a good dinner though last night. Them butter beans was good. I like beans. In fact, y'all know beans are good for you. You put them ham hocks in there and stuff and some bacon. That's some good stuff with some cornbread. I made it simple last night though. I got a package of that chopped up cubed ham and some jasmine coconut rice. Okay. And some cornbread and some butter beans. It was delicious actually. Very good for you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to give your body a rest from all that, greasy meat and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I did have ham, though, and that ham just seasoned everything perfectly. Okay. So, yeah, but I think tonight, I think we're going to make some taco salad tonight. We have taco salad like 2-3 times a week, y'all. We just love taco salad. But y'all, I'm gonna make some chicharrones. Have y'all ever seen people make them chicharrones? I want to make some, and I think Santa Martha wants me to make some. I'm gonna try to make them. From what I've seen, it looks very good, kind of crispy, and you can dip them in guacamole. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for dinner sometime this week, not tonight. I'm gonna keep it simple tonight. But yeah, these people out here are cray cray. They struggling. And I don't want to do nothing that requires me to have to clean up too much. They think that that's manifesting out of dark energy. Like what? Like you who the hell taught you about spirituality? It wasn't Santa Martha. And then that's when you have that's when your statuette of Santa Martha turns into a curse. Cause she will curse you doing stuff like that. Showing her image and doing totally opposite to what she do. She make life easier for you. She don't make life harder. I don't have to come out here and lie on nobody to get somewhere. That I don't understand it. And she will block you. She will. She'll block you. You doing stuff like that. Anywho, y'all, let me get out here. I'm getting ready to. I know I got some pine cones out there I can forage because they just fall off that tree. I am gonna miss this house so much. I wish I could have bought this house, but it's in the wrong location. You know, so much that I'm gonna miss about this house. You know what I'm saying? I bless this house. I don't bless the owners. You know, mhm. They been came out here and tried to cut down that sweet gum tree, and that they already cut down that birch tree. And spirit cursed them for doing that. It was a birch tree out there. They had somebody come down and cut it down. That birch tree was dead, but the spirits of this house didn't like that they cut down that birch tree. Okay, that birch tree wasn't bothering nobody. Why they? I went out there. I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Oh my God, they cut down that birch tree. It's probably gonna be another one that's gonna grow. I don't know how long they take, because you can see where it's like so, but the spirits of this house really did not want them to cut that down. They been done came over here and cut down them pine tree. They better leave that. They better leave nature alone. That it's a sweet gum tree out there, and there's two pine trees out there. And you know, now there's a tree in the back with a hollow. And I'm gonna go make offerings to that tree too. You know, it's just stupid people in this world. They don't really know how to take care of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm pretty sure that it's some pine cones that harvested out there. So I'm gonna go and forage in a minute. I got a lot of stuff to do. You're welcome, Super Queen Bee, and thank you for coming, sis. Y'all hit that thumbs up. I will see y'all later. Make sure y'all following me on TikTok if you have the TikTok app. You know, I don't really like, honestly, if I do upload, what I can do if y'all don't have TikTok, because that TikTok app can take up a lot of space on your phone. And what I can do, because my TikTok videos automatically save to my phone. So maybe I'll put them all together in one video and upload them. But I ain't gonna be uploading them TikTok readings one by one. I ain't gonna do that. That take too much time, you know, as opposed to just dropping it in my video editor and uploading it. So I might do it that way. For those of you that don't have the TikTok app, I can definitely understand the draw to TikTok as opposed to YouTube. Uh, YouTube better get it together, and they trying to get it together. Y'all notice how whenever you watch a video, they displaying 2 or 3 ads per video. I noticed that just started happening a few days ago. So they, you know, oh no. Y'all have a good one though. Okay. Blessings to you guys. Oh, also make sure y'all get in the Santa Muerte group that we're doing for the new moon. And happy new moon to you guys, okay? I'll see y'all later. Blessings. Bye-bye.